Football and fashion has always gone hand in hand. From jerseys to boots to what they wear off the pitch, this sport and these athletes have dictated the world of fashion. Over the years, football has infiltrated fashion from jerseys to the rise of sambas, which are just glorified futsal shoes. The impact has gone beyond the pitch, influencing various aspects of society such as music and art. Over the decades, football has evolved to being a powerful force in the fashion world, shaping trends and inspiring designers across the globe. Today, the relationship between football and fashion is more evident than ever, with footballers becoming fashion icons, and football-inspired apparel becoming staples in mainstream fashion, with accounts like Football Fits giving us a front row seat to the action. Let me paint you a picture in your head. You're going out to a party, the AstroTurfs are coming out. We used to wear AstroTurfs like they were Air Forces. You see these Adidas pants? Everyone had these. You see this blow-core stuff that's taken over the world? We've been doing this for years. Let me take you on a history trip. Football originates in the 19th century, where deeply rooted in working-class communities of England. During this time, football attire was purely functional, designed for practicality and performance rather than style. Players typically wore long shirts, long shorts, and leather boots, clothing that were durable and suited to the rough conditions of the early football matches. Footballers were not seen as fashion icons, and their style and fashion was minimum. However, the change was coming as football began to grow in popularity, gradually moving beyond its working-class origins. The post-World War II era marks a significant shift in the relationship between football and fashion. As football became more popular and professionalized, players began achieving celebrity status, particularly in Europe and South America. This period saw the emergence of football as public figures whose personal lives and style were increasingly scrutinized by the media. The 1950s and 60s were pivotal decades in this regard. Players like George Best of Manchester United epitomized the new breed of footballers, a charismatic figure who was as famous for his off-pitch style as for his skill on the pitch. Best's fashion choice, from his long hair to his trendy clothing, made him a style icon. His fashion extends beyond the football pitch, as fans sought to emulate his style, creating the beginning of football impact on fashion. The 70s and 80s saw football influence on fashion expand, as the sport became increasingly intertwined with popular culture. Footballers became symbols of youth culture, and their styles began to reflect border fashion trends. The rise of casual wear during this time was closely linked to football culture, with tracksuits, trainers, and casual jackets becoming popular both in and out the stadiums. Brands like Adidas, Fila, Stone Island becoming synonymous with football culture, and their products were conveyed by fans. The 1990s marked a period of globalization of both football and fashion. The advent of satellite television and the rise of the Premier League in England brought football to a global audience, while the sport's biggest stars became international celebrities. This era also saw the commercialization of football, with players signing lucrative endorsement deals with major fashion and sportwear brands. David Beckham emerged as the face of football of this era, embodying the fusion of fashion and football, with his ever-changing hairstyle, designer clothes, and high-profile marriage to Victoria Adams, a member of the Spice Girls. His influence extended beyond football, as he became a trendsetter in the fashion world. In the 90s, you also saw the rise of football-inspired collaborations, with brands like Nike and Adidas partnering with designers to create exclusive collections. David Beckham was really the first footballer that felt more of a celebrity than an athlete. Everything he did was in the spotlight, from haircuts to clothing, and he was one of the catalysts to why football fashion is such a huge thing to this day. What David Beckham did, the masses followed. But there were so many huge players in the 90s and early 2000s that had a foothold on the culture, like R9, Ronaldinho, Henry. Don't get me started on the Italians, because I could do a whole video on them itself. Serie A came with a different level of swag, on and off the pitch. Looking at the landscape of football back then, everything was so beautiful about it. From what the managers would wear, from the training kits, from the gold chains on the jerseys, from the Predators, the Nike Total 90s. I felt like everything was so raw and organic. And because of all that, football and fashion is bigger than ever. In the 21st century, football influence on fashion has become more pronounced and diverse. The lines between sportwear and high fashion has blurred, with luxury brands embracing football culture and incorporating into their designs. Football has continued to shape fashion trends, with many launching their own clothing brand or collaborating with major fashion houses. Seeing the emergence of football players as global fashion icons, players like Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar becoming style icons, influencing millions of fans. Everybody, and I mean everyone, had that Cristiano Ronaldo haircut. Football kits become as fashion statements, with clubs and brands investing in different designs and materials. The crossover between football and fashion has reached new heights, with collaborations between football clubs and high-end fashion brands becoming more common. I've seen girls wearing football jerseys of Aaron Lennon and Burnley shirts. Like, what's going on? Today, football's influence on fashion is evident in the popularity of streetwear, to football-inspired collections on the runway, and the role of footballers as global fashion influencers. The sport's impact on fashion has evolved from humble beginnings to a powerful culture force that shapes global fashion trends. As football continues to grow in popularity, its influence on fashion is likely to expand, furthering cementing its place in the world of fashion. If you went on to enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.